Welcome, SASANS, to this week's episode of SASANS and Dragons. Joining me here on this fantastic quest filled with adventure, peril, danger, victories, sadnesses, is...
We don't have any victories, but Maximus Dominus.
Playing as?
Oh, we're doing the intros now?
Yeah.
Oh. I am a level 5 Goliath Barbarian. I have traveled away from my herd due to unforeseen circumstances with the tribe itself. We'll come back to that later.
I am Remy the Ever-Living, and my character is Varkir in Victoria, Varkir the Fallen. He's a Aasimar. He's a cleric of the Death Domain, level 4, unlike these level 5s. I'm a noble, born of, pure blood. And, yeah. I was in a coffin for the longest time, thanks to some unforeseen reason.
I really hope the mics pick that up, Gannon.
Sorry, we have a dog under here.
And he's dying, but
He's
we
dying.
don't care.
Lack of pets. I am Enzer, and I'm playing a level 5 mage that is a dwarf, specifically a Duergar. So he was born and raised in caves. He is... he knew Nozzle, a gnome that used to be in our party, and that's why Thunky here has teamed up with me, because Nozzle is currently missing. And yeah, you can just picture... Oh, Tim. Tim is my name, short for Timarius. So picture the whole character is modeled off of Tim from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So he's a wily old guy. Yeah, I'm still figuring out my Duergar dwarf voice, so bear with me. Next up
Fool that you
Are you okay?
I'll be playing a character named Thunky Beerbot. She is an average-sized mountain dwarf who is a barbarian and also a brewmaster and entertainer.
And storyteller.
And same thing. And I left my family in search of my cousin Nozzle Whizbot, as Tim pointed out. And sometimes when I get really mad, I get extra hairy and sometimes resemble a bear.
Yep, that's, and I am magnusbeasticus, the dungeon master for the evening. I'm going to bring this up right now because anybody who's experienced the D&D whatsoever is going to figure it out immediately. We play with many muches of house rules. We value creativity over strictly adhering to the rule. As Matthew Mercer likes to put it, the rule of cool is what we adhere to.
Bullshit.
Bullshit! So, as they have said, they are in various levels between 4 and 5, and that means that they've already been through quite a bit. We've already gone on some adventures. This is one of the first most successful times that we have been recording D&D. So instead of going through all of the backstory, I will briefly cover their adventures and the lands that they have been questing and living in for the past few years. We start on the planet of Terra, on the continent of Malibrius.
I hate that picture.
This world is a unified one for the most part. A lot of the different races work together, with the exception of the Aasimar and the Tieflings, as they have a long-standing history of battles over religion, of course, and different beliefs. And they find themselves in particular in the high elven city of Orenbell, with a crystallized comet floating above the city, acting as King Triandal's fortress and his castle. The king has been poisoned, and the adventure that they find themselves on right now is to assist in finding the location of an antidote, or the figuring out exactly what kind of poison was used on the king, as it has not been seen before in these lands. On the way to actually acquire this potion, they were going through the evergreen forest, which had been turned into this rotting land of muck, whereas before it had been these beautiful green, lush lands filled with trees and many different peaceful animals and animals of the hunt. Finding the source of this corruption, this rotting of the land being a giant moving mound, who knows how large at this point, they were intercepted by a being who currently lives in Herchek, Wildmane. The Goliath barbarians, well, it's debatable whether or not it's actually your
It's mine.
bag of holding. But this creature lives in the bag of holding. Who knows how old he is, who knows what he's been through. But approaching this large landmass lumbering in the distance, Penki, the creature from the bag of holding, pulls Herchek in and says, Penki is, if you're familiar with Warhammer, he's akin to a Skaven. This is like a mystical Skaven with elongated arms and fingernails. And he's hunched over. He's almost like the golem of the Skaven, only a little bit larger.
And for the people who don't know what Skaven are?
Oh, thank you. A rat people. Probably the size typically of a dwarf. Only if they stood up taller, they'd probably reach the size of a smaller 5-6 foot, 5.5 foot human. So this ancient creature reaches out to Herchek and says,
I've seen this creature, this entity before. He reminds me of a time where I failed.
and he coerced the group into following him into the Bag of Holding 1,000 years in the past, where this land was not corrupt, and the old King Oren's crypt, his mausoleum with him and his wife Daphnis, lay sleeping silently and peacefully, but guarded very heavily. After meeting up with the past version of Penki and bringing him up to speed, they have successfully infiltrated the mausoleum, or King Oren's mausoleum, and quickly found out that it is guarded heavily by an elite group of knights, all almost indistinguishable, but they all have their own traits and aspects to them that they needed to find out. It's almost like the Shadows of Mordor. Each one has information to another's weakness or a different aspect of this keep to help them progress along the way. They have so far gleaned information from one of them, slain two of them, no information coming from them, and are currently on the search for the archer. Of these different classes, there was an assassin, a ranger, barbarian, fighter, paladin, and mage, and they have disposed of the barbarian, the assassin, and the fighter is now pacified. When last we left off, the smaller, less skilled, some of the guards have found you, and one yelled before ultimately being utterly, incredibly destroyed, obliterated by...
You're mistaken. That was in his mind.
No, I wasn't. He yelled throughout the keep, Oren's gate, we have intruders! And after disposing of the three guards, they find themselves in a state of calm before the storm, where they have but moments to figure out what they're going to do next. They are to describe the location that they're in. That'd be useless to put that up on the screen. They are on a pretty traditional keep, with the mausoleum being on the inside, or the crypt being on in the very center, in the dead center of the courtyard, and it's guarded by 6 walls connected by watch spires, 6 watch spires, and they are currently at the base of one of the watch spires with 2 hallways leading to the east and 1 leading to the south.
It's like a hexagon with spires at each point.
Thank you. Much better description. So,
I mean, we have at least a good short rest until
I mean, yeah, if you want
reinforcements arrive, right?
If in Tim's mind you feel that that you have enough time for a short rest, you are way more than welcome to go do that. If you want to take a nap, you can also take a nap. I wouldn't put it past Tim. If you guys want to follow him into the nap battle, you're more than welcome.
It's called the
The
Napscape.
first episode is a nap battle.
We're gonna, do the what's it called? Inception. We just keep going further and further into dreams.
Just shows the guard slowly running down the hallway as it goes into your mind.
We gotta
Yeah.
figure this stuff out.
Yeah. Oh man, the dreidel and spinning from.
At this moment, you start to hear sort of shouts coming down both hallways, and also from the outside of the door that leads to the courtyard. And it's getting closer and closer. You imagine they've passed the first set of spires.
We're in here, yeah. Oh, we're in this one.
Yeah, that one.
You said there are 2 doors leading to the
We're in
courtyard?
this one.
There are 3
We
doors
need to
total.
go here. We need to go from here to there now.
Oh wait, hold on. Can you finish describing the immediate area? I forget
So
where the door is.
in the spire that you find yourself in, behind you is the well that led in. Just to the right of the well is the entrance to the staircase leading up. To the right of the staircase, a few feet, is the door leading to the east wing. Then you've got to the immediate right of that, following in a clockwise circle, you've got the door leading to the courtyard, and then to the right of that, you have the door leading to the south wing. You just came from the south wing after assassinating,
Yeah, we just came
or
from
after
here.
killing.
We just came from here.
Okay, so is that guard still near us?
Mamarel,
No,
the
the
fighter.
guard that yelled for everybody else.
You killed all of the
Yeah,
guards.
you came charging back in
That
like a
in
hero.
the immediate
he yelled, but
vicinity.
then we killed him.
Yeah.
Is there any guards in the minute? You mean like near us right now that could like? Are there any guards near?
There are guards coming towards you. Yes.
Is
Is the guard?
what's Mamarel's status? The guard that
dropped
we
You left Mamarel in the kitchen.
So is there a guard anywhere in the room we're at? Anywhere?
No.
There are
Coming.
dead guards.
I thought we took him with us. I thought
Why
we said
do we
we
need
you did
all
not
guards?
take him with you.
I have a
No.
spell that can make people do whatever I want. So
Oh.
I'm gonna be like, hey, tell them to go. Tell them to go away.
Okay, you said
Do
there
that
are
on
windows
Mamarel.
looking into
He's not with us.
this
Yeah.
area?
Penki goes, "We're wasting time. Tell me, I can make an illusion. Quick, what should it be?"
Barrels.
I can do that.
I agree.
A stone wall?
But I really want you to think first. If you have been stationed on a fortress for many, many months, would you not notice barrels being immediately out of place?
What do we see in our
A locked
immediate area?
door.
There is a lot of.
Pardon me?
Is there crates? Is there?
No,
Like
in this chamber there are no
weapons?
crates. There's just the stairs leading up, and the well. Those are like the only 2 structures or items in the room, other than all the dead bodies.
Wall, a false
Penki-
Can Penki at this point
Penki,
start?
make a false wall.
Could you make a behold?
We'll hide behind it. Offset the wall maybe 2 bodies worth.
They probably know the layout of their own castle.
It's worth a shot. 2 Oh, okay. I'll do it now. Everybody up against the wall.
And you start see him waving his hands as you hear the ever encroaching footsteps and yells coming down the hallway. And he starts to push you guys back to the wall as much as you can. And he's only like,
There's only about a foot of width that we have here to deal with. Don't make any sudden moves.
Can I while I'm still hold or what was it? Prepare an attack.
yes.
What's it called? A
Reaction.
prepare a reaction
Yes.
to cast firebolt if anybody looks like they're onto us and are about to make the situation worse.
I'll also do a reaction just in case someone gets too investigative.
What is your reaction?
I'm gonna start
s-
nudging people and give them the
stabbing.
wink,
Face.
Okay.
stab their faces.
Well, could I prepare the spell command for when they enter the room? I want to tell him to be like, I want him to be nothing. So he's gonna see, oh, nothing's here. Walk back. Like, I'm gonna, like, yeah, but he has to do a wisdom saving throw when I do it.
Okay, does he know if he failed?
Doesn't say, and it just says target must pass a wisdom saving throw or else follow one of the commands issued by you on its next turn. Commands can be approach, drop, flee, grovel, halt, or other one-word commands.
Okay. As the footsteps start to get closer, they're just at the door. Penki looks you in the eye, and he sort of caresses your blade, and
Okay,
he puts his
why'd you
he
put my beard
snugs
away?
his face against it, and he goes,
No,
You've
took
actually
my
got
beard.
quite the treasure here.
Nice. Put it.
He goes, hidden
What-
from
what the- what
sight,
the- what the- what the-
reveal your might.
and the blade starts to glow, and you can see it. The physical shape of the dagger stays where it's at, but you can see this golden emanation slide down in the horizontal plane of the vertical plane of the blade, and it elongates about 4.5 feet, and you can just see this sort of this outline, this golden shimmering outline on your blade.
And he says, nobody else but us can see this. It'll be quite the tool for you.
Scares me a little bit.
And with that, the doors actually break and bust open as the previously damaged one just shatters into splinters and goes across the floor. One actually slides under the illusion, and the other door just gets thrown open and hits the wall to the right of it. As 4 guards approach, and one guard comes in from the central doorway leading from the courtyard. Looking about immediately, none of them seem to be knights. They're all plainly dressed guards in blue leather. Some have silver greaves and adornments, but they're just slowly looking around, and they look at the bodies. While 2 go down to check the bodies, the other 3 are just scoping out the room. One is slowly walking his way up the stairs, and one goes over
Forgot
to.
about the bodies.
Can we see the command? Like, can we tell what they're
we-
saying?
There, so far, nothing has been said. Sorry, one guard approaches the well. One guard is going up the stairs. The 2 guards are down, searching the bodies, and the guard walking, not going in any one direction, more so scoping out the bodies, and just the entire scene goes, "My God, we've been invaded. We must find them quickly." And he says, "You, check up there. Check up onto the, whatever you call the top of, check the top of the tower."
Quick question.
Mhm.
Can I change my, like, is it too late to change the attack that I'm preparing?
No.
Can I just, like,
Yeah, I would say if it was in the moment, you could change it.
Can I prepare a reaction that is an attack, and can that attack be, like, unnamed? Or do I need to, like, specify what attack?
You have to specify what attack.
Ranged.
Huh?
Ranged.
You have to specify what attack, because all of your stuff is
Oh, are you
ranged.
just trying not to?
So I want
let
all
him
of you to
know?
roll stealth.
At advantage. Add 4 for wall.
I'll say with advantage, yeah. How
Oh,
bad was
I don't know what mine was, Cat, but I know it was low.
Alright, mine was
Still
lower.
low.
So is mine. Low club.
20 natural.
Looks like we're stabbing bitches.
I got 20, so I'm good.
Oh, wow.
Some of us are not so good.
So the person doling out commands and looking over the bodies and says, he speaks to the 2 currently analyzing the bodies, and he says, "Look over the wounds. Tell me what weapon they're using. Tell me how many there were." And you see him slowly, with his hands behind his back, look up the stairs and then to the well, and then his eyes glance across you all. And his eyes come back and almost center, and he starts looking at the wall a little bit. What did you 3 get?
I got an 8.
I got a 20.
Yeah, I
so
know. What'd you get?
Could I,
8.
What'd you
could
get?
I,
11.
could I use my command spell now and be like nothing on him, so he sees nothing. He notices nothing.
If that's what you want to do, yeah.
If
He'll-
like if I notice him seeing them, like if I notice like, oh shit.
Okay. We'll say that due to your 20, as he's screening the area, looking the wall up and down, and you can see in his mind,
He's like,
was this always like this? And he goes really close up, and he almost looks, actually you're not tall enough. You're pretty tall. He looks you almost directly in the eyes, but you can see that he's not making eye contact with you. He's just looking right through you.
I lick my lips.
And you start to hear Thunker's cask. You start to notice the sound again. And you, actually, remembering this before, quickly stick your finger into the the portion of the cask
I'm
that
the
was
Dutch girl
dripping
in the well, or in the
before.
dam.
And at that moment, you have to actually reach your hand past her check, and just the physical touching of your like cold skin to her check's back. He was about to sneeze, but he's like, and he stills himself. Just through this minor action, you've avoided
Thank God.
detection as he
Ooh.
for that.
looks up again, and he turns around and he says, I want them found within the hour. Double the guards at the entrance. Double the guards at the crypt's door. Let's find them as soon as possible.
You should have stopped that action.
Well, I'm thinking like as they are leaving, command, never mind, belay that order.
And for God's sakes, take these soldiers out of here.
Everyone take a nap first.
Nap
Everybody
time.
just drops.
After nap time. Sorry.
Oh, would you look at that? It's 4 p.m. And you see the two guards start to sort of like clean up the blood around the immediate vicinity, and one guard runs out of the room and comes back with a not a strainer, is it? No, what is it? A what you take corpses off of, like just body
Stretcher.
strainer. Get him through this.
We're drying the bodies out.
A stretcher. He brings in this wide stretcher, and he puts both corpses on it, and they haul them out through the courtyard into an unknown direction. And the guy from the top says, "Nothing up there that I can see. Nothing even disturbed." And the man who looks seemingly in charge just tells him to go and check the other spires for anything. And so 3 have left. The guy that was just checking the well, he starts to go off as well in search. And the man in charge takes another cursory look around
So
and
he's the
says,
last one
I
in the
want
room?
somebody, you, come back. Stay here. Stay here until further notice. Is all, sir, shall be done. And he walks off, hands behind his back.
The peon's probably like, man, it's my nap break.
Can I get a do like a perception check to see, like we can see through the wall, right?
Yeah, you can. It's like a two-way mirror, one-way
Okay.
mirror.
So can you just describe the
A two-way
the
mirror,
person
but you
in charge
you-
here? We see ourselves. I'm like,
It's possible.
Wait, what'd you say? Tim?
Can you describe the person in charge? Like, is he wearing anything different? Does he look different from everybody else?
He's wearing a cap, whereas nobody else is wearing a cap. Imagine almost like an Inquisitor cap from Warhammer, where it's got the thin bill and like a Civil War type cap. But imagine a little fantasy flair to it, where like feathers are sticking out, and long blue feathers
It's
are
overly
sticking out of
huge.
one side.
It's like that big.
Oh, okay.
I've got the big hat. I'm the
Alright.
boss.
Surprisingly, this does a good job. Google knows what you're talking about.
Yeah. So he definitely
Joker.
has he's a bit more heavily clothed. Like he has a cloak on instead of just the typical leather. And he just sort of Also, picture the guy from Inglorious Bastards, pretty much.
The
There's a
guy.
lot of guys.
Picture
Which
the
guy?
Inquisitor from an Inglorious Bastards.
Oh, okay, the French guy.
Yeah,
French guy.
except not quite as menacing.
What French guy?
The
Is he
German
French?
guy?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
the
he was
German guy. I don't know why I
totally-
said. I don't know why I said yes to
Do you
your
have any
French.
milk? Did you know milk? Is milk?
So yes, he doesn't come off as quite as skilled or powerful as the knights, but he does seem like he is
He's
like the
getting there.
man in charge or the organizer of this.
Okay. So, only one guy stays behind?
Yeah.
What's he look like?
Typical soldier. He's wearing a helmet obscuring his face. Nice silver, sleek helmet with just a very short amount of blue fur arcing off of the top of his helmet.
I want to wait a few minutes for the main dude to leave, and I'm gonna bull rush him,
Okay.
like, in a range.
Why don't you guys roll another stealth check?
Are we still? Oh,
Only because he's actively looking right
18.
now.
We still have advantage from wall.
9.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even
Oh,
roll the
advantage.
second time for advantage.
That was awesome.
Oh
They
my
all hit each
goodness.
other.
You made me get an 8 now. Worse.
You made me get a 7.
Lucky number 11.
We're like pushing each other.
You guys are waiting for just the perfect amount of time for the captain and the other soldiers to go away, and for this guy to possibly drop his guard when you hear this scraping on the ground and you look down to see Tim's toes just digging into the stone floor.
I'm gonna like
I'm gonna bull rush him.
yeah. I'm gonna also like mage hand lock the door
Okay.
just for dramatic effect.
What is that? Up.
I'm going for
So the only door that's
tackle.
even able to be locked right now is the courtyard door, and as you hear this, he hears the scratching of the toes, and he looks behind him really quickly as this huge mass of being slams into him. Go ahead and roll a strength. Saving throw at
Oh.
advantage also. Well, it doesn't matter. You beat him.
Hold on. Natural 20.
You double
Holy
beat.
So what do
That's
you
cool.
want to do? Because you could, if it's in my vision, a natural 20 means that you bull rush him and break
It's a
the door
critical roll
down
dice?
and also snap his back. But a natural 20 means that you just succeed. So whatever you want to do.
I want to just
Whatever you wish of this
I want
person.
to just tackle him, cover his mouth at the same time on the ground, and then somehow break something of a body part.
Okay.
My weight.
When he looks at you, you're almost perfectly horizontal as you're diving right at him, and you're spinning around at the same time as you grab him and use your mass and your body to slide and sort of cushion the blow as you slam your back up against the opposite wall, and you hold his your entire hand across his face, which is a huge portion as it's reaching up into his mask or into his helmet. And you just hear some of his fingers break immediately as you're holding one of his arms in place, and you're just.
Good. I'm gonna hold there.
I'm gonna scurry over to him, and then I'm gonna look, especially try and like get my crazy face on.
Get some drool going.
Yeah. I'm gonna crouch over and then stick my like finger. Or sorry, I'm gonna crouch over. Shh, 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 shh.
You're not gonna make a peep. You hear me? Not a word.
Actually, continue. Yeah, he like eyes wide, shaking his head vigorously
I'm
as much as he
I'm
can.
like
he's-
drooling and I'm shaking my head.
You can see his cheeks moving up and down in Herchek's grasp. That's about the extent of his movement.
Okay.
I say we question him. The situation is obviously grim. Maybe we could find out another secret passage.
We need to find the location of the captain.
We also need to travel
in whatever direction there are the least amount of guards here. Let's talk to him.
Maybe we can.
But if you move, if you so help me God, make the same mistake as the last guard that we killed, snap his neck.
Go ahead and roll intimidation at advantage.
Even worse.
Wow.
I'm proficient at intimidation. Sorry. 15.
Do you plus 7?
A portion of this keeps reminding me of the Hunter x Hunter theme song.
Okay. 15.
With
Yeah.
4 for charisma and 3 for proficiency.
His like pacified glance at you with his just wide doe eyes and sweat dripping down his head is a bit of insurance in your mind that he will do as you ask.
I'll give her check a nod to like
I'm just gonna like
slowly remove.
slowly bring my hand off. Like not even in an inch. I'm gonna bring my hand away.
I'm gonna look for Penki. Is he here?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna just say Penki.
He just didn't leave with you guys. He's still behind
the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna
See his
look
hand slowly
behind
come
me
out of the wall, and he goes,
What? You're handling it just fine.
Thanks.
I'll step in if I feel the need.
I just thought you could help me with looking crazy and all.
And there's crazy, boy, and then there's too crazy.
Okay, so is his hand removed?
Yeah, I have like my hand like half an inch away from his mouth.
Whatever you want, I will give. I'm gonna put my finger in my mouth and then on his lips and then in his mouth.
He feels like he's being, you can see it in his face, just like taken advantage of. And you think that like it's in his mind, you see this thought, or in his eye.
I'm only trying to get
you
in
see
his
this
mind.
thought of like, what are they going to do to me? What is good for these people? What is bad? Like, what am I in? What
I'm gonna
predicament?
take my mouth out, or my mouth, mouth out of his mouth. My finger out of his mouth, but like drag it to his temple and just keep my finger on his temple.
Some of the jewels just slowly sliding down.
Exactly.
You would have to have taken his helmet off first, though.
Oh shit. Okay, well, scratch most of that. Anyway,
Yeah, this right here.
What's your name? My name is Rictus.
Riches.
that's
You
a
rich?
good name.
Rictus.
Rick Chess?
Rictus.
Rick Chess?
Rick.
Whatever, I'm gonna call you Rick. Rick!
Guard Rick.
My friends call me Rick.
We're not, your,
Where-
we're not your friends.
I'm gonna whisper.
We're your friends now.
Most of them are dead.
I'm gonna give you the same
Stick with Rictus.
same spiel.
Why are you Australian now?
I don't know. Hold on. What's something a dwarf says in WoW?
Hehe.
I never played dwarf.
On Durin's
Those
Day.
are some rocks.
All right. Well,
On
anyway,
Durin's Day, yeah.
We got my battle axe.
got my attention. Okay.
The flames were
Listen
low.
here, Rick. Just roll with it.
That was good. That was a good dwarf. I pictured dwarf. I'm like, wow.
I pictured poop.
I'll give you the same speech we gave the last. We're trying to help this land. It's tainted. In our time, this land is corrupted, and we're trying to save it. In order to do so, we need the king's crown. However that may sound, it's true. Help us, and we won't kill you. But if you don't,
You don't have to make up stories, sir. I'll help you.
it's not made up! And then I'm gonna
I'm gonna with his face. It's all true.
His helmet it has like made its way half off his head and is like just like cocked onto the side now.
I'm just gonna take the helmet off.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna press my my finger up against his temple and say, "Listen to me. Did you hear me?"
I did. But it's a story. You
How can you help us out, Rick?
I really don't know myself. They don't tell me much about this place.
Where's the captain?
Was that the captain in here?
No, sir.
Who was that?
Bornatus. That was Captain Bornatus.
Is
Another
Bornatus in charge here?
Can you get him to come back?
Most certainly, sir.
We should trap.
Does Bornatus have pull in these parts? Does he know where the
He
captain
has
is?
pulls to guard. The
All right,
knights act
I have an idea.
independently.
Shut your mouth.
I'm gonna
Uh,
grasp his head real tight.
Yeah, I'm gonna
My skull, sir. My
He
skull.
can't
I'm
talk.
gonna I'm gonna take my finger off of his temple, put it back in my mouth, and stick it into his.
My
As-
hand's
Isn't
my
his-
hand's
his
covering.
hand's
My
covering
hand,
it
yeah, my
now.
hand's covering now.
Oh, I thought you
your
were
hand
just
was
grabbing
covering. I
his
thought you were
head.
Yeah,
grabbing
like-
the back
yeah,
of his
he's
skull.
done
He's
talking
like,
for a
"Grr."
moment.
Okay,
He's
okay,
kinda
cool,
ripping
cool.
his head is really
Less
hard.
weird.
Pardon me.
Let's use Rick here. Keeps going Australian. To call Bornatus back into here. We'll just use Rick to bring him in, and then we'll detain and question Bornatus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, did you hear the plan?
Well,
Will you
I-
kill me?
I'll be going
If
to
I can-
ask him what skills the captain has.
Why are you looking at me?
You're the one holding him.
He's the guard right there. Guards.
You can ask him,
So could you.
God, what skills does your
Fucking
captain
noble
have?
piece of shit.
This commoner won't tell me.
Yeah, he uses his mind a lot.
As in
Not quite good with
wizardry?
the sword, but I don't know much other than that.
Like spells or just common folk trash?
He's a smart one, but he's got some mysticism to him.
Nah, a poor wizard. A poor wizard, obviously.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright, I'm gonna release his head. Still holding on to him.
hmm.
All right.
So what is it that you want me to
I
do?
need you to open the door. Why can't I get Australian out of bed? Anyway,
Just make him Australian.
He's a
He
crazy
He
dude.
was down under the caves.
it's true. Open the door. Get the captain's attention. Tell him to come back in here. You found something. That's all. If you veer off one syllable, you're dead.
I'm gonna show him the glowy sword. It's like,
Up your anus.
You can't see the glowy sword.
This dagger goes up your anus.
I think either way. Dagger, glowy sword.
either way, it's going up his
But
anus.
the sword that big, the sword that big.
I think the only difference is like I would die with one, and I would want to die.
He just
with the
doesn't
other.
know there will be death on
Um.
top of pain.
So, he's as accommodating to you guys as humanly possible. He's just definitely afraid that anything he does will get him killed. And as I imagine you help him up in preparation for his role.
Oh yeah, I just stand up. I'm still holding on to him, and I'm gonna bring him over to the door, and I'm gonna set him down, and then I'm gonna put the sword dagger tip on his anus.
Will you kill
Uh,
him?
No.
Will you kill
we
me?
don't want to kill anybody.
No.
We're here.
Tell that to my friends. It
They-
was on the ground.
They try
We're
to kill
not
us.
willing to help us.
I can't blame them a little bit.
It was their misfortune. You, on the other hand, my friend, could be very, very well off at the end of this.
You're asking a lot of questions right now.
Oh, okay. I'll be
Think
quiet.
about it. All the people above you dead. Only room for improvement. You can move up in the world.
I like some of
Management.
those guys.
But you like money better, don't you? Yes. Shake your head. Yes. Okay.
Holy shit. Shake good, yes.
Penki, could you possibly make me look like one of them?
He actually starts coughing, and he goes, and a perfect suit comes out of his mouth.
I got one of them from my recon.
Been saving that for a while
Previously.
there,
Could
eh?
have used that before, Pinky.
Oh, that's a trick.
Wait, weren't some of you guys dressed up already?
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Who was? Yeah, you weren't. But some of
think
you
I
guys
was.
were.
I think you two were.
I thought it was we were dwarves, so we're not the same height as
Oh,
them,
yeah.
so it wasn't the dwarves.
We were supposed to be their prisoners.
Oh yeah,
My
nobody ended
way.
up going because nobody fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do my best to reinforce Rick's.
No one was supposed to be in here with him. It's just him. Extra guards might be. You should be ready to grab him, since he'll see you instantly and think that's just another guard. But gotcha, bitch, it's you.
I would like to ask this guard, like, are there any other nobles in this castle?
Not but deceased King Oren and King Daphnis.
Do nobles come to visit here often to pay homage to their graves?
I'm sorry.
It's
what
a
is it-
sacred
what
place.
importance is this right now, Remy?
I'm a noble. And I have a thing that lets me, like, swoon other nobles. So I would like to.
Swoon?
Yeah, like they automatically like me. So.
Some of the knights might be noble, come from noble blood.
Do you know which one?
We killed them.
I don't know nothing about them knights.
Common trash, obviously. Well, never mind
Cool.
then. Carry on.
So
y'all.
let's do this. Pinky should be ready to wrap him up, as well as Tim.
Aries.
Both pounce, both sides. And I'm gonna have sword dagger anus.
Okay. He goes, what you want me to do? When
What did we tell you to say?
are you all ready?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Did it get on Ganon?
No, it got on me.
Oh, Ganon's over here. Hey there, Ganon.
It got on my Lulus. Ah.
Lolos.
I don't care what this Oculus shirt then. Lulus are more
All right,
important.
so what's everybody doing? Where's everybody's position in the room?
So if I'm gonna put on the disguise.
Where am I put the, where-
Okay. It fits perfectly.
No.
Do I look like do I look off?
Roll an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence.
Tim's a wise old man.
Not anymore.
Damn.
The suit fits perfectly. You look at the guard and you look at yourself, and you cannot tell the difference.
I
I'll
was
tell you
born
right
for
now,
this
Tim, you
role.
look awful.
Yes.
You do not look like you're from any sort of, high-standing society at all. You just look like a gray dwarf
All we need is
in
1
a-
second.
in
1
a
second of
horrible
recognition.
outfit.
Yeah. Can you
Can you tell that I'm a Durgar under
Yes,
this helmet?
most definitely.
Yes, you're still you. You just got some guard clothes on.
Not to break up this wonderful bonding
Penki,
moment, but I imagine as soon as they found out that they have been infiltrated, they have sent for reinforcements, making time even more of the essence than it is right now. Whatever we're going to do,
So I'm
we
just
should
gonna
do it
shove him up
fast.
the anus a little bit, like, say it. Call the.
I'll open the door.
This is degrading working with these people.
If he fucks that up.
Okay. As stiff as humanly possible, you're facing him towards the door.
Yeah, and I'm out of line of sight, but with the dagger near his anus.
It's a 10-foot dagger now. Isn't it?
Something like that.
That's like so. What I'm picturing is him standing in front of the doorway.
He just needs to crack it.
Just okay. So he's just cracking.
He
it.
doesn't
Okay.
have to open it all the way up. Be like, oh, Captain. Be like, Captain.
Yeah. So he goes, Captain, I found something. It's fishy over here. And you can actually kind of hear some emotion in his voice, as he's trying his hardest to make this as convincing as possible through the mental turmoil that he's going through. It's important, and time is of the essence.
Essence.
Do we hear anything?
Wait a second, and then you hear coming from the opposite hallway, or coming from the hallway to the right, Bormantis's voice. He goes, "I'm coming, you fool! Settle down."
Close that door.
Yeah, let's close the door.
I'm gonna hold him, and then you guys should get into position. Penki
Penki,
and
can you make another illusion?
The illusion from before is still up.
Take it down, and do another one, if you would.
Penki needs to grab the guard, the captain. No illusions. We need to get this done now.
Who is this Goliath talking to me?
He was sent by me in the future. I trust him. So should you,
You in the future.
if you honor your contract.
Very well, very well.
Calm steps, heel toe, approaching the doorway. And if you remember, it is not locked, so it just opens right up. And who's doing what in this? You have one reaction.
Wait, he's already at the doorway?
Yeah.
And how far away is that doorway?
That door, this is maybe a 15-foot in diameter room.
I'll use the command spell and make him grovel.
Okay.
What
Pardon
is
me? All right.
groveling?
Groveling is like getting on your knees and
It has to be to 14.
he got an 18
Fuck.
plus a
Wow.
lot.
Wow.
I'm going to
The
do
wall
the
is
same.
still up, right?
The wall is still up.
I'm just kneeling behind it with both javelins up. Again.
Why is it? I told Penki to be ready to grab him.
I was saying, what is everybody else doing? Are you just relying on Penki to grab him?
No, it was Tim and Penki. That was the plan. I'm going to use, or prepare to use, prepare reaction, and that would be chill touch. And the
Prepare reaction. He has entered the room. The door has swung open. I'm giving you something to do.
yeah,
already
so
here.
so basically, if Penki is not able to grab the guard, then I'm
Alright.
going to use chill touch on him.
1. Is that for Penki or the other guy? Hopefully that's for the other guy, not Penki.
That was for Penki,
Fuck.
which
So he failed.
yeah,
Horribly.
Then I'm chill touching him.
he okay.
Got a 1, so he grabs you instead.
Yeah, as you see, Penki's arms go really wide and up out of the illusion. You just see them slap down on the ground as he has slipped, and it just slaps right in front of the captain's face. And you are doing chill touch.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a spell attack roll, or does he roll a Constitution saving throw?
No, I
Alright.
make a ranged spell attack.
Okay, go for it.
That was a catcher.
Alright, so
18?
16.
Oh,
command
16.
failed.
So
91.
Ooh, sorry. 20, not natural.
Definitely hits. Roll damage.
Right. I think it's a D6. No, it's 2D8. Where did my D?
So in this moment,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna use this.
what is your reaction, Thunky? Like what makes you attack this man?
6.
Same with you, Varkir.
What do you mean?
My reaction was if he
Oh, you
noticed
did grovel.
if he did notice that it was a fake wall, which now he knows because Penki just fucked that up and just fell right out of it.
Yeah, you definitely see this, like, oh, thought so, in his eyes right before this burst of ice or ice element cascades over him.
It's like an ice sneeze.
And
the
how
face.
how much damage?
16.
Okay, and are there any effects?
He has disadvantage on any attack rolls against anyone.
Okay, and like what else of this plan is happening right now?
I'll reckless attack, stab him with my javelins.
I just am very confused as to are you killing him or it's
We
like
need
no
to
almost
capture
nobody's
him.
doing
We
anything.
need to capture him. This was the plan. We need to capture him.
Okay, well nobody was saying anything.
Okay, so he's
I'm an
go ahead
old
go ahead and
man, so
roll
I'm
go ahead
not
go ahead and
gonna,
roll your
I'm, like,
attacks.
holding this other guard so he doesn't do
Plus,
anything.
I didn't hear you guys because I was behind the wall. So I was like, this guy's
There's
coming
no
in.
sound like barrier from an
Even
illusion.
if they're that far away.
It's 15 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, alright.
You should try and grapple him.
Donkey's stabbing him.
So 22 on the first one.
You got him.
And 15 on the second one.
Is that a reckless on the second?
15 misses.
Okay.
But go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, this guy's tough.
As due to the failure
6.
of Penki, it utterly confuses Thunky, and
I mean, it's not gonna
he's
kill
now
him.
thinks 7 points of damage.
We don't know
6.
that.
6 points of damage. And he falls
He can't
over.
be that weak.
We don't know
He
that.
falls over dead.
Okay. Reaction done. Reaction done. Reaction done. Reaction done. Roll initiative.
What the? Where'd my phone
Sorry.
As he stumbles backwards from his from
18.
the ice blast and then being stabbed in his shoulder. 18, you said? What did everybody else get?
13.
21.
20. Natural.
Nice.
Oh, now you get a natural 20.
You got an 18, Varkir? What'd you get again?
13.
My initiative is 0, so I can't add anything to it.
All right. Up first is Tim. Does he have another shot?
So is what's his name?
Penki's on the ground.
Penki is on the ground. Okay.
Yes.
I would like to run up and slam the door on the guard. I forget his name. The guard.
You would be slamming him into the door. So you would be like he is in the radius of the door when in the door's motion.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay, so you're pushing him onto the opposite side.
Or I'll say I'll slam him into the doorway. Or sorry, like so here's the door. Let's say that's the door's open. I want to slam him into right here.
Okay, so you're just tackling him.
Yeah, I don't know what you want to call it. A shove, a push.
Okay, go ahead and make.
Or I mean, like in my head, it's like I run his head into the doorway.
Yeah, go ahead and make a strength check.
In the wall?
You know how strong I am. 7. Well, actually, I have -1, so 16.
Oh, you got him. He got a 7.
Yeah. It's like
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll a d8.
Dope. 3.
3 points of damage after he stumbles backwards from the javelin going into his shoulder. You almost grab the javelin and rush him forward, slamming his head into the corner of the door. Do you want to do anything with your bonus action?
Spit on him.
Got a lot of your saliva on your prisoners. Thunky, you're up.
So I'll get behind the captain guy and then take my great axe and put it up to his throat
Mm-hmm.
and sit him down on the ground. Is he already down on the
You're gonna
ground?
jump up.
What?
You're gonna jump up.
No, Tim. We'll say Tim like put him down at an angle.
You're a
Just like,
dwarf. He's a
"Dish."
human.
That's fine.
Yeah, think of physics.
I'm just gonna stand up and you're gonna be like, ah, wiggling your feet.
We do this all the
roll,
time.
Roll another strength check, or actually just roll a strength check.
Yeah.
20.
I don't know why I was grabbing that. 12.
12. Yeah, you beat him. And we'll say that you, after Tim slams his head into the corner of the doorway, you just grab his ankle and slowly pull him out as he slides down and away from your face, Tim, and is dragged towards the center of the room, towards Thunky.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to do with your bonus action or movement?
No, just hold him. Wait,
Alright.
do I roll to grapple him or no?
Yeah, we'll say that he's that strength check was you grappling him.
Okay.
And next up is Vakia.
He's already grappled. So are we just gonna ask him questions now?
His leg is grappled.
Oh, his leg is grappled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also the door.
Actually, we'll say that you like pulled him, pulled his leg down, then the middle of his thigh, then down for his oblique, and then you just started to like bear hug him as he's just paralyzed with fear.
Oh,
door's
perfect.
I like the approach.
The door-
Yeah, Varkir.
Didn't he swing the door open so it busted open?
The
Yeah.
door that he came from is definitely off its hinges a little bit. He didn't slam it open, but the locking mechanism is broken.
I would like to slowly walk over there and just look him in the eye and just close the door. While smiling like, oh, welcome, welcome. Have a seat. So, how goes things in the castle?
You all will be executed slowly for
Cover his mouth, please.
encroaching
Somebody,
on
please. Cover his
my
mouth.
fallen king's sanctuary.
Nobody's.
I'm gonna lick my
gonna whisper
hands
in this
and
guard's
then
ear and
slap
like,
him.
Don't move. It's for the best. And I'll get up and I'm going to walk over to the captain and then just bear hug his face.
Okay, the
Really
guard that you were holding falls to his knees, and he starts like bawling. He goes, Captain, you don't want to diss him. They're a weird group of people. They're a
I'm
weird
gonna
group of
look over
things.
my shoulder and then like scurry over.
See what
to
he's
him.
doing right there?
Remember what I told you before? It's beneficial for you that they go away.
Yeah, I'm licking my hand and then slap him in the mouth, and then
The guard?
cover his face. The one that you left.
Okay. That's.
Okay, all right.
I'd be like.
Now what?
How far away? You say we were like 15 feet away?
Yeah. Roll an intimidation check.
Is that advantage?
Could I
No.
try and persuade the captain to tell us where all the knights are?
You can try.
Yes, I would like to try.
You can, as in like, you can
Hello
be
there.
Varkir.
How's it
Seven.
going, Captain? Ah, it's a nice pendant you have there.
Ask him about The
Where's your family from?
Captain.
Do I know them? Perhaps. I'm very well known.
Doesn't say anything to you. Roll a persuasion check.
Dark is getting a little upset here. No. Up 3, 4. Yeah, 7.
No, yeah, he doesn't say anything to you. He just looks at you with scorn.
Thunky.
I grab one of his legs and
You're wasting time. You better kill me right now.
and I cast Chill Touch on it as hard as I can to try and just freeze his leg. Like, yeah, that's some pain there for you. Mm.
You can see a vein course over his head and pop up, but he's just like gritting his teeth behind his lips.
Tough,
and
isn't
taking
it?
it.
The world's against you. Mm. I could be your friend, but you just insulted me, so I have to take something away from you now.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation roll.
1.
He starts to laugh.
You have no idea what I've been through.
He pulls the sword
There's
off
no
his back.
possible way
He pulls the sword off his
you
back
can
and
get
just holds
any
it and just,
information from me.
What do you-
Penki, do something quickly, or I will, this sword will go through his gut.
This one's mind is quite sturdy. It's going to take a lot more than that to get into it.
I'm gonna punch him in the head as hard as I can.
Okay,
Just
go
go
ahead
like-
and we'll forego rolling to hit. Just roll damage.
Is that D4 or D6?
D4.
8.
Shit.
Remember, we're the good guys.
Oh, roll damage for
Tell
chill
him why
touch.
we're here.
Do you have a D8?
He's not talking.
Yeah,
I
that's a
gotta
D8,
soften
yeah.
him up.
Okay.
3. 3 damage.
3 damage. Okay.
3 necrotic damage.
I got this guy.
I was gonna
Tell the captain or
talk about
this guy why we're
where's
here.
The captain.
You know, he just Varkir just throws his sword. Well, not throw, he puts his sword on his back and he just grabs him by the head and just does command and say, "Talk."
What's your spell save?
14.
DC? Ah, he beats it. A lot.
Fuck!
He beats it by a lot.
Grr! I hate this guy. I fucking hate this guy. Ugh.
He says,
Go to the abyss and suffer for eternity.
I've been there. It's
I
a nice
put-
place.
I put the dagger up to his throat, like really like cutting it almost, like where he's bleeding a little bit. Like
he like, are you behind him?
He was you there with a knife. Can you do me a favor? Press it in hard enough to kill me, you pussy.
I instantly kill him.
Okay.
So Varkir takes his sword and stabs it through
her
his
check
I
chest.
was
Like,
gonna do the same
Yeah,
thing.
her check doesn't take kindly into that.
I'll take my sword and stab it through his chest as well.
He looks you in the eyes with the last of his strength and energy, and you can just see his lips open into a menacing smile.
I'm gonna
Like
just
You're lucky I
this.
haven't learned.
a lot of this, a lot of stabbing.
And you can see the eyes glaze over now
And
as
I'm gonna
they're
look at
no
the guard
longer
and be like,
focused on
You know,
anything.
I'm gonna reach
He's
and
dead.
go near his in the head and be like, "You'll be back. I'll make sure of it."
I've been alive a
And the
long
guy,
time.
Rick is just bawling. He's like, "Please let me go. I did what you,
as
said.
well.
I won't say anything
And I'm just looking at
about
him
you
really
guys."
like with the blood all over him, like sit on the staircase. Sit on the
He
staircase.
goes right to the staircase and sits
Don't
down.
Wait,
fucking
but
talk anymore.
I'm
By
okay.
the way, I can animate 4 dead people.
It's good.
what?
There we go.
I'm sorry, wait, why do we need to talk to people? We know where we need to go. Why don't we just
We
go?
don't
We
know
don't know where we need to go.
Sorry,
where
the
we need
last
to
piece of
go.
information that you got was the archer knew how to get through the maze to where the captain was. You guys were in the middle of checking the spires because the last time anybody had seen the archer, or they know that he is on any one of the 6 spires. You guys checked 2. Help was called, and apparently you completely forgot.
No, I was
No,
trying to
we
find
got
like a
sidetracked with
secret
this shit.
passage or something that would help us maybe bypass the maze or get through the maze, or you know, I
That's
figured
20
somebody
miles.
else knew something around here, and that guy seemed to be in charge. So
I rolled
now
that
he's
all the
dead.
time anyways.
I mean, you guys all rolled like below 8 every time.
Yeah. Well, this is not my battle dice, okay? So meh.
Like battle dice.
This is my check
battle
dice.
with
I rolled
words.
for checks that rolls low.
all right, I think we should assign grapple duties here.
Grapple duty.
You're a grappler,
You know,
and
why
you're a
don't,
grappler.
why don't we just break
You're
their
the barbarians, you grapple.
break their legs and they can't move?
You're gonna be
Tim, there's comes a time in the man's honor when they're just not gonna talk, no matter what. It's faster just to move on. I made that choice.
He's right, you know, it
Move
is faster
on.
just to move on.
We need to move now.
Say you murdered him. But
Don't
We
hey,
murdered a lot of people. We need to move.
Remember where his body is. We'll come back to it later.
I'm okay. We're in this spire or in this spire.
That's
I'm gonna
I'm going here. I'm just going.
hold.
I'm going.
Hold.
I'm going.
You're gonna leave the party.
I'm leaving the party.
Donkey is following.
We need to go. We need to move. There's nothing else in here.
Okay, but let's at least get rid of the corpse and the other guy who is alive.
Let's do that.
What? He starts to run up the stairs.
No, again, I'm holding on to him. He's not running
Wait, I
anywhere. I
thought-
never let go. My hand, I licked it, I put it on his face,
Oh, yeah,
and then he
okay,
just said
okay,
he got
okay,
up and
okay,
walked out.
okay.
that's true.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
true.
Sorry. I got you.
I'll snap
Jeez.
his neck and like, I'm game, I guess, and then I'll toss his body in the
I'd like
well.
to tell him you'll be back as well.
He's dead.
I know he's dead, but he'll be back.
He's whispering his dead ear.
Okay.
You guys
So
got
I
some
guess I'll
problems to
take.
sort out.
I'll
as-
dispose of the
Who did you bring me
corpses
with
and
Penki?
join them.
Who are these people?
We throw him down the
I
well.
don't. Maybe I've
Yeah.
changed 1,000 years
I'll,
from now.
I'll help Tim throw the bodies down the well.
These are kids 1,000 years. The world's
We
in
need-
peril.
If anything,
We need to
they're
move.
very pro at
Okay.
killing.
I'm going
Not
to
everything
the
else, though.
south
Yeah, we're
spire.
going
Didn't we check
to
the
stepping
south
over the
spire?
wires. Stepping over wires.
There goes my reputation of
Hold on,
never
weren't we
leaving
gonna
any
check this
traces
spire?
behind.
Weren't we going to check
You
this
checked
spire?
this spire and killed the person on top.
He
I
was.
thought that was the south spire.
No. It was the west middle spire and the northwest spire.
Why is this a Barack Obama?
Can you
Yeah.
point on here? Which
Yeah,
spires you checked?
we entered through here, went to here, kitchens in there, came back to here, and then traveled back to the well
But which
area.
ones have we checked?
We're in these two.
But
We
which
checked
ones have
these
we
checked
checked?
those
These
two.
two.
Okay.
So you're
Oh.
heading. We need to head here.
Okay.
Past the kitchen area to here.
And we're in this one right here?
We're in this one right here.
Why can we go to this one?
So we're currently standing.
No, I get it, but I
Here.
don't ever
You
remember
don't.
checking the south spire.
You never checked
We-
the
we
south
never checked it.
spire.
We need
No, no,
to
no.
go
This
do
one right
it.
here. I remember checking one of these, but not
Yeah,
both.
we
You
walked all
checked
the
that
way.
one. You lifted it up. It didn't look like a knight, and you put it back down
Yeah.
and went down the staircase.
Remember, it's like
Penki was giving
He
me
was
shit,
like,
and I was just like, fine, fuck it. Ooh, squib, squib.
Okay.
Okay, so we're
This was last
here.
night.
So we're here. Moving. Here.
what's this big area?
Oh, that's something I drew yesterday because I was confused on how the room was. We're moving.
Why can't we go to Barack
I
Obama?
will be after her check.
I'm up
Just
front
moving.
checking, stepping
Again,
over the wire.
stepping over the wire.
Okay. Her check. Roll a perception check.
I see it all, baby.
You look as you pass one of the windows. Some of the hair stands up on the back of your neck. The last window before entering the next spire. You just get this chill, and you look immediately to your left, and it's almost piercing you from the direction that it's coming. It's coming from the west. Sorry. From this direction, it's coming direct east.
So we're in this one, and it's coming from here, or in this one, and it's coming from here.
This one, and it's coming.
How
that
far? Do
direction.
I see it or anything? From here?
Nope, it's just coming from the east.
What is it? A piercing light?
You know, someone knows exactly where you are.
I'm gonna just. Something knows we're here.
Your hand in a fist. What is that?
Means hold, you noble fuck.
Hold? Why don't you just say hold? Nobody can hear.
Varkir, times have changed.
Hmm.
Even I know that.
It's been 300 years in the dark coffin in your bag of
So
dustiness.
something in this. So we're currently in this one right here. Something over in this general direction. Just catching my senses, my danger sense.
Hmm.
I'm gonna lift my robe, get into like a duck walk position, and then continue moving, but like below the window line.
I'm pretty sure if Ganon was smart enough, he would ruin everything on purpose. He would just like bump into all of the different cameras.
now you
and
have
I
to
don't
pet me.
approve of this
Oh.
blasphemy.
Sorry. Roll stealth checks, everybody.
Oh, I'm stealthy, baby.
Oh, that didn't count. He hit his hand. 15.
I rolled a 19.
20.
19.
Yeah, I know. Tim rolled a natural 20 though, and as you guys are
Lifts his-
slowly creeping down the hallway, avoiding the windows, Thunky looks under one of the windows as he crouches underneath one of the windows and is just watching the opening with a little too much attention spent as Thunky slips on a pebble, and Tim just like with his long Duragar arms grabs his shoulder or her shoulder and rights her up, like dusts her off.
Right, Trip. You go
Where's
speeding.
Is Penki
going
behind us?
5 and a
Penki
3.
following?
Penki is actually somewhere. He's the second. He's probably behind you on all fours.
Whoop.
Something's
That one
happening.
stopped recording.
Oh.
Yep. Oh, you didn't an hour and a half.
No, it wasn't plugged in.
This one?
Stay
Yeah.
tuned, Sassans. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break.
Thank you for watching, Sassans. We will pick this up next week. What will happen? Who knows? With this group, seriously, kind of. As always, until fate next brings us together.
And never stop playing role-playing
Role
games.
playing game.
Boop.
What?